You are requested to rise and remain standing until the procession and guests of honor have left the auditorium. A kind yet important request. Please only applaud after the student's name has been read out, and only applaud until the student has been capped, in order to give other graduates the opportunity to have an audible readout of their names. Please also note that no whistles are allowed for applause, only clapping of hands and ululating. You are cordially invited to enjoy refreshments in the foyer after the ceremony. A final request. If you have a cell phone in your possession, please switch it off or put it on silent. Ladies and gentlemen, the procession will now enter the auditorium. You are requested to rise and remain standing until the members of the procession have taken their seats.
By virtue of the powers vested in me, I now constitute this meeting as a lawful congregation of the University of Johannesburg. Krachtens dit bevoegdheden aan mij toe vertrouw, verklaar ik nou hierdie vergadering as 'n wettige kongregasie van die Universiteit van Johannesburg. Please be seated.
Chancellor, the Executive Deans, Professor Patrick O'Brien from the Faculty of Law and Professor Danielle van Loo from the Faculty of Management, members of Senate and other academics, graduates and their guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Council, excuse me, and the Executive Management and staff of the University of Johannesburg, it gives me great pleasure to welcome all our graduates and their guests to this graduation ceremony. We congratulate all our graduates. For each one of you, This would not have been possible without the support and encouragement of your loved ones and sponsors, many of whom sit proudly in the audience this evening. Your graduation is one of your finest achievements yet. You have made dramatic strides as independent-minded, spirited, responsible, and career-focused adults. We thank our UJ staff who guided you on this journey in these defining years of your lives. Ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate 10 years of UJ, we remind ourselves of the importance of honoring the heritage we have received from those who have gone before us. Let us therefore remember our founding institutions. This year, we mark the 90th year of the founding of Technikon Witwatersrand, the 47th year of the founding of Randse Afrikaanse Universiteit, and the 33rd year of the founding of Vista University. As we enter our second decade, we have an enormous amount to celebrate. Our achievements in teaching and research, in our relationship with prestigious universities globally, and in our world-class programs and facilities are considerable, and we have reached new heights of excellence far earlier than anticipated. Emboldened and inspired by what has been achieved in our first decade, we turn our efforts and our dreams to the next decade, and we plan vigorously and thoroughly for future quantum leaps. Our ambition, grounded in carefully wrought strategies, is to achieve global greatness for an inclusive and sustainable future, and our singularity of purpose will ensure that we will succeed. Greatness does not imply that UJ should be the preserve of the privileged only. On the contrary, we believe that the university should be enjoyed by all deserving citizens. Our goal is to welcome students from all classes and backgrounds, to uplift those who have struggled, and to make a major contribution to creating a good life for all South Africans. Commitment to making excellent educational resources available to a diverse body of students is a proud cornerstone of UJ. Just take in the fact that annually UJ enrolls within its first-year undergraduate programs in terms of our admission criteria. Close to 20% of students who come from Quintile 1 and Quintile 2 schools. These are schools that serve the poorest in our nation. Consider also that approximately 60% of all our graduates are first-generation university students. At UJ, everything we do is infused with excellence. This is the legacy that we are building for this institution, an exemplary contribution to research, teaching and learning, and ultimately transforming lives. An indication of our commitment to university access is the annual increase in student applications for places at UJ. At the end of last year, 111,000 students applied for 10,500 places. This implies more than 10 applicants for each first-year undergraduate seat. There's no doubt considerable pressure on the university to increase its enrollments beyond our capacity. However, we firmly believe that we need to balance this with the non-negotiable need to maintain and continually to raise our already high academic standards. We do understand that there is an enormous and unfulfilled demand for student financial aid. This is an issue which the government, the National Student Financial Aid Scheme, in all of our universities are grappling with. As a consequence, in 2015, we used close on to 45 million rands of our own reserves to support students in need of financial aid. This is over and above the funding that we received from the National Student Financial Aid Scheme. Additionally, and in partnership with the Gifted Givers, more than 3,000 of our most indigent students receive a balanced meal twice a day. This in itself has costed the university closer to 12 million per annum. In addition, we do realize that we also need to find innovative and creative ways of raising additional funds to support our needy students. And in that regard, on the 18th of October, which is this weekend, we are hosting the Future Walk. And I'm hoping that many of you in the audience will join us on this Future Walk event. For those of you that are very fit, there's an opportunity for you to run the 5 or the 8Ks. And for those of you who are like me, you can meander along for 5Ks. Ladies and gentlemen, the university is also excelling on the global platform. This year, the authoritative QS World University Rankings of universities in the BRICS countries, that's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, again ranked UJ among the top 100 universities, placing us 67th amongst this economics block's 6,200 universities, and placed us 5th in South Africa. The 2015 QS subject ranking also placed 19 of UJ's subjects offered in the top 300 subjects globally. More recently, also as an affirmation of UJ's strong research tradition, the National Research Foundation recently awarded us 5 new South African research chairs. This is a maximum awarded to any one university. Other universities, a few did get 5, but they did not get as many Tier 1, the most prestigious of these, as UJ did. And all of these 5 research chairs were awarded to UJ's top women academics. With regard to our student performance overall, our undergraduate student modules completion rate now stands at just under 85%. And the overall annual graduate output, the number of students we graduate on an annual basis, now stands in excess of 12,200 graduates per annum. In 2014, we also had 527 master's graduates and 106 doctoral graduates. 95% of our students obtain employment within 12 months of graduation. This obviously signals the value of our qualifications to South Africa and international employers. However, we believe our work is far from finished. We continue to plan and to strive, and we believe that we need to have strategic plans 2025 with targets, with strategies that will enable us to place ourselves amongst those universities that are known for global excellence and stature. We will continue to expand on our postgraduate and postdoctoral enrollments with emphasis on women in research, also significantly raising our staff doctoral qualifications and on nurturing National Research Foundation rating of our academics and researchers. And we continue to invest in strategic research areas of national and global significance. But UJ is not only about teaching, learning, and research. It's also about ensuring that we create an environment and a student experience that's infused with a level of excellence few institutions can match. This is evident in the overall UJ student experience through arts and cultural offerings and in the sporting arena where UJ continues to excel. Ladies and gentlemen, we have close on to 50,000 students, and our students come from all corners of South Africa. Importantly, we also have close to 2,900 international students from more than 80 countries, and we aim to increase our numbers of international students to 5,000 by the year 2020. In addition to the 50,000 residential contact students, we also have a further 9,000 students enrolled in our vast menu of continuing professional development and non-subsidized program offerings. Finally, and in conclusion, I wish to say to our graduates that you're now part of an elite graduate population in South Africa and beyond, and that you have obtained your qualifications in a higher education environment that mirrors the democratic ideals of South Africa. At UJ, you have been groomed for leadership. Leadership carries with it responsibilities, and as future leaders and proud carriers of the UJ standard, I urge you to keep your eye on the poor, the marginalized, and the disadvantaged. As you scale the heights of your selected careers, remember that not everyone in our society is as privileged as you are. You should feel compelled to do what you can, whenever you can, to make positive contributions to society as responsible corporate citizens and future leaders. Finally, I'd like to welcome you as new members of the global UJ alumni community. As UJ alumni, you join a worldwide body of professionals who have gone before you, many of whom are leaders in their field and who retain an extremely close and valuable relationship with their alma mater. I encourage you to join the UJ Alumni Network and to make use of the benefits that the network has to offer. For it is through your active participation that the UJ alumni community and UJ is enriched and nurtured. By staying actively engaged with the alma mater, you can make a real contribution financially and otherwise to our academic project and to those who will be joining the university in the years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, at UJ, everything we do is infused with excellence. I thank you. Baie dankie. Chancellor, I now request the Executive Deans to introduce the Faculty of Law and the Faculty of Management, and immediately thereafter to introduce to you the candidates who complied with all the requirements for the respective qualifications.
Councillor. Although the Faculty of Law is the smallest of the 9 faculties of the university in terms of some indicators, it refuses to allow this fact to define it. Its 46 full-time academic staff members have the highest per capita research output in the university. In 2014, faculty members contributed more than 60 accredited publications and presented papers on almost every continent. 4 institutes and centers in the faculty conduct research and provide recommendations regarding legislation. The faculty has exchange agreements with foreign universities on several continents. The research focus of the faculty was recognized by the National Research Foundation when it awarded a chair in international law to the university. The faculty is also one of the partners of the Global Forum on Law, Justice and Development. International commercial law is the flagship domain of the faculty. A distinguished professor and distinguished visiting professor collaborate with the main international role players in this branch of the law, including UNIDROIT and the Hague Conference on Private International Law, for which 2 organizations the university serves as an information center and repository library. The Journal of South African Law has been published since 1976 under the auspices of the faculty. This journal is one of only a handful of South African law journals to be included on an internationally acknowledged list of accredited journals, namely the Social Sciences Citation Index. The faculty's commitment to teaching and learning is demonstrated by the faculty's first-year program, which includes an integrated tutor system, the varied use of technologies in support of student learning, and the promotion of learning communities and collaborative learning. All final year students get the opportunity to work in one of our 3 law clinics. The Soweto clinic, part of a 400 million rand investment on the Soweto campus, is unique in that it is the only custom-built law clinic in the country. The faculty's top achievers are given the opportunity to participate in local and international moot court competitions, including the African Human Rights Moot Court Competition and the Philip C. Jessup International Law Moot Court Competition. The faculty also offers a number of career-focused short programs, certificates and diplomas, some of which have run continuously for 20 or more years. The faculty is mindful that our graduates will be part of a generation faced with global grand challenges such as energy, water, environment, urbanization, poverty, global governance, and ethics. All of these challenges have legal dimensions. Furthermore, our world is global, integrated, interconnected, and mutually dependent, all of which require regulation by law. This is the world that our graduates must inhabit. A large part of the knowledge necessary to solve the problems our graduates will have to solve during their careers has not yet been developed. What we thus seek to do at the Faculty of Law is to give our students grounding in the concepts, theory, and principles of law, mindful that they will one day have to be knowledge practitioners. That is, a significant part of their time will be spent seeking for the knowledge and even to develop the knowledge that they will need to solve the problems they will face. I thank you, Kia Leboga, Niabonga, baie dankie. Chancellor, I now introduce to you the candidates who complied with all the requirements for the respective qualifications in order for you to confer or award such qualifications.
By virtue of the powers vested in me, I will now confer and award the respective qualifications on the candidates introduced to me by the Executive Dean and to the candidates who are absent, but who have complied with all of the requirements for the qualifications. Ngenxa yegunya endinikwe lona, ndinikeza iziqu kubafundi abethulwe kimi, abaphathi bemikhakha, kanye nabafundi abangekho, kodwa abaye bahlangabezana nazo zonke izimfuneko zeziqu.
Chancellor, I'm honored to request you to confer the degree Baccalaureus Commerciae Jurisprudentiae Law on the following candidate: Aleta Mare Chowane, Kristen Leighton Peterson, Manare Karabo Letswalo, Chancellor, I'm honored to request you to confer the degree Baccalaureus Legum on the following candidates. Faranas Abdullah, Johannes Dube, Rita Hartley, Motlatsi Komote, Ruan Christie Kotze, Sendelani Quinda, Siyabulile Innocencia Mavuso, Tsepang Mapuru, Tembi Linky Matimunurie, sorry. Constantia Princess Machali, Ardeen Nel, Ayanda Earl Neshangulela, Kwena Nekwana, Warren Rousseau, Luvuye Gavin Ayanda Sekele, Leratu Thelma Lobatla, Brigitta Sharon Tufik, Chancellor, I'm honored to request you to confer the degree Magister Legum on the following candidates. Mampahama Alina Kotela with the dissertation entitled Documentary Collections as a Method of Payment in International Sale Transactions, prepared under the supervision of Professor Charles Hooper. Peter Gian Lowe with a minor dissertation entitled Reinstatement or Revival of a Credit Agreement in Terms of the National Credit Act, prepared under the supervision of Professor Jannie Otter. Yanga Busisiswe Matiwi with a minor dissertation entitled 18 Square Properties Pty Limited versus Farm Berthasfontein Kailami Pty Limited, a case discussion of the Supreme Court of Appeal decision with reference to the reasonable prospect requirement set out in Chapter 6 of the Companies Act, prepared under the supervision of Professor Jannie Kartanitz. Alfred Vincent Pemba Mumba with a minor dissertation entitled Recognition and Enforcement of Foreign Judgments in Malawi, prepared under the supervision of Professor J.L. Niels, and the degree is obtained with distinction. Tagiso Sepeso with a minor dissertation entitled Business Rescue, Balancing the Interest of All the Relevant Stakeholders, prepared under the supervision of Professor Juanita Carles. Sean Sipali with a minor dissertation entitled The Prudential Regulator under the proposed Twin Peaks model of financial regulation, prepared under the supervision of Professor Kathleen van der Linden. Sarah Wainwright with a minor dissertation entitled The Regulation of Social Protection afforded to migrant workers in the SADC area and South Africa specifically, prepared under supervision of Advocate Bradley Enrico.
Chancellor, it is now my pleasure to introduce you to the Faculty of Management. We are about the development of sought-after organizational leaders creating legacies, and our investment into academic rigor and relevance is supported by 5 knowledge production hubs. The first being consumer intelligence and information systems, private sector management and leadership, public sector management and leadership, transport and logistics, and finally, people leadership. And as a result, over the last 5 years, as a faculty, we have contributed 11,000 graduates, of whom over 2,400 postgraduates, contributing approximately 20% of UJ's graduate output. Our graduate employment rate is approximately 90% after 6 months of graduation. In 2014, commissioned research and other sources of purchasing revenue amounted to just over 92 million rand. Our presence in the corporate and social sector is also felt through the delivery of a number of continuing education programs touching the lives of about 5,500 people in companies across the continent. Worldwide collaboration with reputable global universities and multinationals also ensured that we contributed about 261 research outputs, again accounting for approximately 19% of the university's research output. National ministers, presidents, and renowned professors regularly interact with our postgrads and participate in public events. Our teaching and learning practices ensure that we maintain a success rate of 83%. And this is really important, especially when considering that almost our whole postgraduate cohort are sponsored by their respective companies. But at the end of the day, it's not just our national contribution and regional contribution that counts, but also our recognition in the international arena. And I'm proud to report today that the faculty now counts under the top 300 providers of management education among the 12,600 providers of such education in the world. And in contributing towards the repositioning of our continent, we continue to grow capacity to influence productive decision-making, ultimately striving to be change agents, to move from political activism to intellectual activism. So, in conclusion, the Faculty of Management's Future Fit identity focuses our time, energy, and talent on the training of managers and leaders with exceptional qualities so they may contribute towards the management of sustainable enterprises and obviously, ultimately, the greater good. So, congratulations to both faculties, graduates today, on your fine performance, but for very subjective reasons to the graduates of the Faculty of Management. Walking the stage today in the presence of your family and loved ones is no small feat. This is a wonderful achievement. And especially Rose, Luke, to you today for having about to receive your doctorate. Wonderful to see you walking the stage. And to all of you sitting all the in the other rows behind Rose, this is the ultimate achievement. Learning never, never stops. So, congratulations to all of you. And we look forward to either welcoming you back into the faculty or establishing a relationship with you in your new workplace in the years ahead. Thank you very much. Kia leboha. Nyabonga. Bye bye, donkey. Chancellor, I now request you to introduce, would like now to introduce you to the candidates who have complied with all the requirements for the respective qualifications in order for you to confer or award such qualifications.
By virtue of the powers vested in me, I will now confer and award the respective qualifications on the candidates introduced to me by the Executive Dean and to the candidates who are absent, but who have complied with all of the requirements for the qualifications. E le ga ke hlompha maatla ao ke filweng one, jalo ke tla fa baithuti bao ke ba tsebisitsweng go ke motikoli go tle le baithuti bao ba siko gona dikala tseo di ba lebaneng. Bona bao ba fihleletse dinyakwa ka moka tsa dikala.
Chancellor, I'm honored to request you to award the National Diploma to the following candidates. Sergio Avuya Nkali. Ubakeng Bafetane. Simongele Banda. Ornella Avomo. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that all the ancestors have now heard. Teminkosi Bembe. Motalepula Chiluane. Felicity Chirwa. Kulani Kanyele. Vuzi Kludlu. Kumotso Masanabu. Masunwabe Hacheni. Sipumze Twamfa. Kate Tlatswayu. Lillian Plugwani. LJ Huntley. Bilal Karani. There is a great future lying ahead. Flompinete Tlamini. Mpo Chikane. Sipe Sichle Umalu. Nkobile Punene. Ayanda Lubisi. Anati Madikiza. Agnes Maklaba. Sizwe Mankiya. Tandu Maposa. Lebo Khan Mashilu. Nkonze Masuku. Vuzi Matebula. Lindive Mklapluse. Christina Milanzi. Vanele Mikize. Mamoko Mumise. There is something very important that I'd like to share with you. You see, for the degree to be conferred, or the qualification to be conferred, the Chancellor has to hear the name of the candidate. So let's give each family and each candidate their rightful space. Mersha Muhlala. Nico Mukhetsi. Ramatsubane Mokudu. German Molebatsi. Boitimelo Monam. Sabina Moniela. Thabiso Mosebi. Untlatsetse Moshushu. Buzunze Moshushu. Kahu Motswai. Tankhanizani Mpakwa. Jane Mwase. Begeren Ndluvu. Hinisu Ndwadwe. Tanzi Nekuvi. Ntupoto Ngubeni. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Tandekile Ngwenya. Kumelelo Ngumalu. Grace Nzemba. Purpose Polisa. Yamkela Otuyi. Bongani Ribabu. Kulani Sambu. Nukolo Sansanti. Nicolas Sehwati. Mita Rapuli. Tabu Sekabate. Gabetswe Selebi. Magdalene Sene. Ponce Serrero. Matlamela Setoka. Banele Sidisi. Takalo Teku. Kaelahe Kennedy Tabalala. Bongani Zotu. Chancellor, I'm honored to request you to confer the degree Baccalaureus Technologiae on the following candidates: Mikun Boyson, Tselani Dipoko, Leila Ngranji, Petunia Francisco, Nkumisa Galo, Kampepe Kitsani, Sipiwe Kubeka, Evetse Esuipi, Posha Maklaba, Natalie Mahua, Nkosinati Makeleni, Moshibudi Mamabolo, Zachariah Manana, Dio Gracious Mafonyo, Butibi Mashehu, Nesi Mashwanganya, Sepang Matebesi. There we go. Pearl Matutle. Well done. Minentle Mbata. Zanele Ndane. Donseba Mapunsu. Congratulations. Sifisu Mplongo. Linda Nklambu. Kotloano Modise. Congratulations. Matapelo Mollo. Katlejo Monyamane. Fortune Morewane. Bongeka Yana. Ntombekaya Ndongeni. Lindo Kukle Ngwazi. Ziyanda Nkosi. Kwenza Nzibande. Nduduzo Nsilingila. Pumeza Nokwindla. Lerato Pule. Sipone Rangwanashe. Shuaib Saliji. Lisbeth Sehlo. Bagahametse Sekole. Selaelo Sechaba. Maki Shawe. Busani Sikusana. Palisa Shongwe. Juanita Skosana. Masejo Tsatsi. Bongeka Zondi. Chancellor, I'm honored to request you to confer the degree Baccalaureus Artium Tourism Development on the following candidates. Nolwazi Sukati. Chancellor, I'm honored to request you to confer the degree Baccalaureus Cum Laude Bachelor of Commerce on the following candidates. Mira Dana. Varushka Furi. Craig Gangaram. Jenna Gordon. Yolandi Grundling. Byron Jagger. Luca Atantanzio. Omphile Lesejane. Uappa Martelezza. Imagine the celebrations afterwards. Janet Maninelche. Londani Mbetsi. Mchebu Muabi. Leonard Mpetuse. Lona Mkubegushwa. Molepo Mklane. Kelsey Orek. Dominique Ornelas. Kumotsehu Uti. Muhammad Rehman. Kazaya Subrayan. Andrew Tyler. Karel van Heerden. Muziwakwe Twane. Chancellor, I'm honored to request you to confer the degree Baccalaureus cum honoribus, Bachelor of Commerce Honours on the following candidates. Moses Sikitosi. Nteto Dwai. Refense Motlabana. Nicole Rieder. Mpo Chapong. The enthusiasm of your loved ones is really inspiring. And I'd like to share with you a story. A while ago, because my son also walked the stage, and I felt so proud that day. A while ago, a student walked the stage, and he was about twice my size and length. And when he walked the stage, his mother cried out, "There goes my baby." The fact of the matter is, you will always be in our hearts. You are our UJ students. Thank you, Chancellor.
Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting Suzette Beverly Giereke, who has complied with all the requirements for the degree of Doctor Legum in Mercantile Law. Chancellor, her thesis was entitled Successive Fixed-Term Employment Contracts and the Right to Fair Labour Practices in South Africa, and was prepared under supervision of Professor Nicholas Smith. I now request Professor Smith to read out an abstract of the study.
Chancellor, in our colleague Mrs. Giereke's LLD thesis, Successive Fixed-Term Contracts and the Right to Fair Labour Practices in South Africa, the candidate makes a significant and original contribution to the legal position of fixed-term employees in this country. She reviewed and analyzed extensively the existing knowledge in the form of South African law, policies, comparative and international legal norms and developments. She also made profound recommendations for the improvement of the current regulatory framework for successive fixed-term employees who receive less favorable treatment than fellow employees in indefinite employment relationships. Her recommendations included the following. The German Part-Time and Fixed-Term Employment Act 2000 should serve as an example for the South African legal position. Also, the extent to which Section 198B of the Labour Relations Act of 1995 should make provision for adequate protection of fixed-term employees in future. And thirdly, the drafting and implementation of a code of good practice with guidelines to protect the right of all fixed-term employees in South Africa.
Chancellor, I now request you to confer the degree Dr. Legum on Suzette Beverly Gierke.
Just wait until they come down. By virtue of the powers vested in me, I now confer the degree Dr. Legum on Suzette Beverly Gierke.
Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting Rosemary Jane Luke, who has complied with all the requirements of the degree of Dr. cum.laude in Transport Economics, with her thesis entitled Determinants of Passenger Choice in the Domestic Airline Industry in South Africa, prepared under the supervision of Professor Jackie Walters. And I request Prof. Jackie to read out an abstract of the study.
Chancellor, this research considered the drivers of demand for legacy and low-cost carrier services. The results indicate the demographics, travel patterns, and service attributes all impact airlines in different ways, implying that customers react to individual airlines rather than airline models. In reviewing the two low-cost carriers in South Africa, one was viewed as no-frills low-cost model, whilst the other was more of a hybrid. Similarly, in legacy carriers, one's approach is very much traditional, whilst the other has adopted many low-cost carrier traits while still offering traditional legacy services. This research provided a unique contribution as the first academic study to comprehensively describe factors that determine passenger demand in the scheduled domestic air transport market in South Africa.
Chancellor, I now request you to confer the degree Dr. cum.laude on Rosemary Jane Luke.
By virtue of the powers vested in me, I now confer the degree Dr. cum.laude in Transport Economics on Rosemary Jane Luke. At the closing of this wonderful ceremony that has been so joyous and celebratory, let me also express warm words of congratulations to our graduates who have been awarded various law and management qualifications. I'd like to say to them that yours is truly an outstanding and landmark achievement for you personally, for your families and friends, for your communities, and for all of us here at the University of Johannesburg. Indeed, today each one of you brings great honor and prestige to your parents, your wider family, your forebears, and community. You're making history in your own families and communities in many cases, your universities and your nation, South Africa. Today, we're extremely proud of your achievements and we honor you through this graduation. We'd like to visualize you standing on the top of a mountain, celebrating and reflecting on your achievement. As we all celebrate, our graduates remind us that achievement, victory, and celebration are the results of a great deal of effort, struggle, and endurance, a matter which our nation and our world should draw great inspiration from. Each one of you have been through some of the toughest times. You've faced obstacles that seemed insurmountable and of various kinds, and emotions you have had, feelings that could have crushed you when you felt like giving up. But because that research had to be done and that assignment had to be met and that deadline had to be met, and you're not sure if you're up to it, but you surmounted the obstacles, and here you are, you have succeeded. I'm certain that from where you stand at the summit of the mountain, I'd like to remind you of what Nelson Mandela reminded us, that when you're standing at the top of the mountain, you can see even more mountains and valleys ahead of you. And so those of you who have graduated with their BAs, they see another mountain in the honors, and then another mountain with the masters, and another mountain with the PhDs. And as for the PhDs, the whole country, the whole world is another mountain. And so it's our hope that the time and energy that you and your families, the university and the state have invested in your education will now see you grow professionally, intellectually, and as committed and respected citizens of South Africa and the wider global community with your integrity, your good faith, your good intentions, your honor, and your humility. And for you to share these values generously with those you interact with. Adiba also reminded us that to feel that you have made a contribution to the world is how much you have changed the lives of others as well around you. And that your forward journey then will be punctuated with self-reflection, self-criticism, honesty, innovation, agility, and dynamism, setting and attaining of high standards, and the belief that despite everything to the contrary, a better future awaits us all, and that you grow in wisdom no matter how long it takes. So believe in yourself and remember your graduation. And let us next turn to express words of gratitude to all of you who are here, who are parents and families and spouses and partners and friends for your unstinting support, motivation, and love during the studies of those that you have supported through all those years. And I am certain that before they leave this hall, they would like to make a round of applause to you all in gratitude. But I'm also certain that with all the ululation and everything, you also want that before you leave this hall, you have one last go at it in celebration of your plans. I suspect that a record has been made. I've not heard this much ululation before. We'd also like to thank our academics, the great teachers and fine scholars who have made all this possible. And let me express a sincere word of appreciation to our executive deans, Professor Patrick O'Brien, Faculty of Law, and Professor Daniel Van Lille, Faculty of Management, and their vice deans and their teams, an amazing head of departments and academics. A round of applause for all of them. And I feel I can't resist this one because just before the graduation started, I was introduced to now Dr. Luke, and I was struck by just how tall she was. And maybe it had to do with how short I was. But when I saw her going up there, it seemed miraculous. She had grown even taller. Congratulations to all of you. And finally, we hope to see you once you have graduated, to maintain your links with this wonderful university in furthering your studies and as active alumni who support this university in all kinds of ways. And this tie that you have is a lifelong tie, and it will not end today. In fact, today you heard about the mountains and the valleys. Again, it's a new relationship. It rises to a new relationship. So you contribute this to the university in your different ways. But as you heard from the Vice Chancellor, those of you who become well-known CEOs and so on, remember you have to put some money back, to the university. So armed with your qualification, we urge you to go out and change the world to the one that turns on its head Mahatma Gandhi's assessment of the 21st century as one characterized by commerce with morality, politics with principles, wealth with work, and knowledge with character, science with humility, earth use with reverence for the world we live in, religion with sacrifice, pleasure with conscience. So we urge you then with these reflections to go forth and change the world and make a difference in the lives of others. I thank you. Rea leboga, baya dankie, siyabonga kakhulu. You are requested to stand for the singing of the national anthem, the words of which can be found on the last page of the program. Ek versoek u nou om te staan vir die sing van die volkslied waaraan die woorde agterin die program verskyn. By virtue of the powers vested in me, I now dissolve this congregation of the University of Johannesburg. Ngenxa yegunya enginikwe lona, sengiyalikhulula leli bandla lenyuvesi yase-Johannesburg.